These are my friends and family that came to watch me do my speech. Most people, especially younger generations, lack face-to-face communication. So why is that? Researchers continue to perform studies and general observations of people. Research shows that individuals spend much more time on social media, that although they may have many friends, they are still lonely due to these friends being virtual. This hinders a deeper face-to-face connection to others. Social media has addictive and obsessive qualities that many, and including teenagers, experience. There has been many abusive and tragic consequences from social media. Imagine if phones, computers, and gaming systems were all gone. How would you communicate? Earliest forms of communication were cave paintings. Then came the first writings that were primary logographic, which combined pictograms and ideograms. Next, the alphabet. Advancing from the alphabet came other forms of communication, such as transmitting signals. Electrical telecommunication systems didn't appear until the 1830s. So today, what happened to writing someone a letter and having it sent through the mail? Social media has come a long way since the dawn of the 21st century. Today, a multitude of tasks are performed, such as instant messaging and tweeting. However, instant messaging and tweeting often have negative consequences, as social media hides a person physically. One can chat or message behind the screen of a phone or computer. Why do a majority of people, especially younger generations, lack face-to-face communication? Social media is the reason. It's so easily accessible and doesn't force someone to deal with issues, shyness, or uncomfortable situations. Follow me as I talk about what social media communication is, how it has impacted face-to-face communication, and the addictive, obsessive consequences social media can have. So what is social media? Social media refers to the means of interactions among people in which they create, share, and exchange info and ideas in virtual communities of networks, quoted by Tufts Communication and Marketing. Social media takes different forms through Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Social media forums like Facebook or even Twitter allow individuals to communicate via messaging. Creating and sharing through Facebook and Twitter is easy. Each platform has an app or website. Creating an account and having a login and password with a username allows a person to access this platform. This is yet another username and password out in the cyber world, plus another account with messages and potential pictures that anyone can see. Even though there are many positives, there are also many negatives to social media connection. For instance, the leader of our country who tweets. Accessing the platform allows a user to add friends, type in messages, share pictures, and send instant messaging. So does this benefit of having personal information come at a price? One may not experience price instantly, but with info out in the cyber world, they may eventually. Being instantly connected to social media with a click of a button creates instant connection. This connection can be obsessive and addictive. This connection can also be destructive, as written words, remarks, and opinions can be interpreted a different way than what the writer meant. This can also be abusive. So how often do we hear in the news of someone being bullied? How often someone being ridiculed, of photos going viral and shouldn't have been shared? This occurs daily. Now that we know about social media, how does it really affect face-to-face communication? Real communication occurs when we listen with understanding, to see the idea and attitude from another person's point of view, and the sense of how it feels to them, to achieve their frame of reference, quoted by Unbecoming a Person, Carl Rogers. Face-to-face communication helps with building relationships, physical interaction, where social cues and nonverbal gestures have a sense of seniority and clarity, which set the foundation for trust. Face-to-face isn't always available. It takes preparation. One must communicate with someone, see if they are available, set up time to meet with and interact physically. Are they feeling hesitant or shy, or do they look uncomfortable? Social media and lack of face-to-face interaction also allows for negative behavior choices. Social media is addictive. I do think people stay on Facebook for 5 or 4 hours, and that can be dangerous. People should limit themselves. Neil Meredith, Social Times, indicates social media is addicting for reasons like fear or missing trends, ego, or control. As you enter Facebook, you gain own control of what goes on. Many times people veer towards social media in an abusive way. So on my PowerPoint, I have several statistics. The first one is the average time spent on social media weekly. So ages 35 and up, people spend 900 minutes on Facebook. 18 through 34 is 1,000 minutes. Suicide rates from cyberbullying in 2000 to 2010 in the 100,000s. So as you can see, in 2010, there was 1,200,000 suicide rates yearly. And the last one is 2016 cyberbullying statistics. And as you can see, 2016, 33.6% indicated that they were bullied sometime in their life. The last PowerPoint includes 4,400 young people commit suicide each year, 100 suicide attempts among young people, 14% of high school students have considered suicide, and 7% of high school students have attempted it. So another form of social media is abusive behavior. Another form of social media's abusive behavior would be suicides. Hinduja and Patchen reported results from a survey given to 2,000 middle school children that indicated that they were victims of cyberbullying. Social media is really the most positive for our teenagers and ourselves to communicate. Isn't this really a way to get away from real-time human interactions? Are people feeling much more of a deeper connection through social media? Or is social media addiction that they don't realize the connection isn't deeper, but instead shallow? As you can see, the swift advancement of social media over just the 21st century shows individuals spend more time on social media, that they become lonely due to friends only being virtual. Social media provides the ability to hide behind written expression instead of physical interaction. This hinders a real-time connection to others. Social media is addictive and obsessive that many experiences. There have been many abusive and negative consequences like lives lost, feelings hurt. I hope you will walk away questioning on social media and how it truly impacts a life.